Just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. All right, guys, let's take a beat here and think about Utah. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
Wilson will throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to... But it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Let's talk for just a minute here about Utah. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. The official says no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive lineman gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation.
There he goes.
And you got to lock in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the replays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
And the Cowboys come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking for a man, it's Nelson. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, the ground game. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. Trying to pick up a 1st down. From the gun to give, looking for room. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this offense isn't all about the pass, right? Like, they're the top 10 in passing in college football, and I think they get all the shine. I love when you come out in a football game and create balance. I like running the football to complement this great passing attack.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wilson to pass. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Pulls it in. It's Parker. Jumped on top of the pile.
The pass rush has got to do a better job with their lane integrity. You cannot let this particular quarterback, with his speed, flush out to the right or to the left, because he's absolutely going to kill you. You've got to do a better job collapsing the pocket and forcing him to step up into the teeth of your rush.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
And the Utes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Keeps looking downfield. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And this defense continues to bring the heat. First sack of the day, setting the tone in the 1st quarter. They had 5 last week, ladies and gentlemen. So this defense has been affecting the quarterback and making him feel so uncomfortable.
His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Had to get rid of it quickly.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think he'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
This is why Rice-Eccles is one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your 3rd down conversion separation in the midst of this. Just keeps slinging it. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Milner. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He'll do it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for it. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same.
Breaks into the open. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do.
Touchdown, Cowboys! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. We've reached the break. Oklahoma State is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. First play of the period, 1st down here. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Looking for space. It's Parker. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Wilson will throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little extra time. Slings it downfield. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
The Utes will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. From the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Wide receiver going in motion. Red pass, it's complete. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Caught over the middle. It's Lloyd. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Quarterback strolling away from Heat. They get to him as he throws.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Wilson to pass. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. All right, guys, let's take a beat here and think about Utah. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are. And now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Catch in the middle, it's Winfield. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the Utes are on the move. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He'll take the deep shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. If the intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Got it behind the line. It's Winfield. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wilson will throw. Rushes on him. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Hunt is on its way. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. First play of the drive wants to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
The give out of the gun. Oh, he's got some space. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wilson to pass. Spits it out to the back. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Pocket breaking down. Gets it to him on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Cowboys have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The give on the counter. Across the 25, he's got room. Push down for the tackle.
And I love this because you got 2nd and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get 3rd and manageable. Nice job getting the run. Not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on 3rd down.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the 3rd play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
Looking to throw. He wants it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Flushed out of the pocket. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
28, Utah, 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. On the move, it's Parker. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here we go. Wilson will throw. Bringing the heat. He'll try to do it himself. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Sometimes you're just living right. You put the ball in jeopardy in the middle of traffic, and he makes the grab off the deflection.
No, Reese, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Throw over the middle of the field and zone when all the eyeballs are looking right at you, towards a defender. Not the best offense, but, man, they caught a break. You take those breaks, and you don't apologize for it.
And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. There he goes. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. On the set. Down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Open space at the 25. Powers through. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's Isaac. Got his man. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. Going to sling it on second down. On the run, still looking. He throws one to the left. It's caught. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
Blasted as he lets it go. Soft spot in the middle. He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Parker. Breaks into the open. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked down behind the line, it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Dropping back, it's Isaac. Big fella moving. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Utes!
Well, the head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here at the very end of the first half. When you got to have it, execution has got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half.
He's tackled at the 36.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Oklahoma State 35. Utah 0.
Cowboys will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen.
Turning it on! Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. The Utes moving quickly to the line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
Oh, they're after him! And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. Oh, he missed it. No good. And I guess they wanted to draw a little closer. Instead, they're still way, way behind.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are the ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lloyd. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Wide open downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football, great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
It's broken up and almost intercepted on that shot to the end zone. It'll be fourth down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Just drives it between the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Pulls it and fires to the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Hauls it in. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to throw, it's Isaac. Zings it complete to the right. The spin, still on his feet. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Wants to throw again. Here's the pressure. He's going to run it. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend.
Touchdown, Utah! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
Oklahoma State, 38. Utah, 14.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Backed up now, here's second and long. From the gun, running back on the move. There he goes. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
Looking downfield, it's Nelson. Now he's going to break the pocket. Fires on the move. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cowboys are moving quickly down the field. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Here's a heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cowboys!
And I love the decisiveness by the quarterback on that play. Nobody open downfield. I'm going to go get this myself. And I'm not just going to go get a first down. I'm taking this thing to the house.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you updated on a fascinating battle going down in the Pac-12. Texas State has the lead right now. San Marcos has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 11 over San Diego State. We'll keep you posted on a Pac-12 showdown that, not surprisingly, guys, is already trending.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They try to pop a run on the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that play had no chance. And you sell pass, and you want to sneak the draw in there. The idea is to get those defensive linemen, Palmer, running up the field. But it's almost like they knew what was coming, and they shut that down quick.
Yeah, and so you're running the play. It's not going to be a great look defensively. As a quarterback, then, you've got to do a real good job of trying to sell pass. And I think he just hurried it a little bit too much. That play didn't look like it was going to have a chance anyways. But the quarterback, he's got to be a better actor on those draw plays.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Dropping back, it's Isaac. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Utes line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Power football with the run.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And the Cowboys come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Oklahoma State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
Utah, 14.
So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Quarterback on the keeper. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here. The Cowboys will try to pin them back with the punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return.
When you're a return specialist, you're trying to make huge plays. You only get a couple cracks at it a game. You want to make something happen. Unfortunately, he put on the turf. At least his team recovered. But I will say this, the conversation on the sideline, it won't be fun with the special teams coach.
Wants to throw. It's Isaac. Fires to the big fella. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Rifles it down the middle. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
Moves around to clear up the vision. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Utes come to the line in the hurry-up. On the run, it's Parker. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Quick completion to the right. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance.
Touchdown, Utes! Quick strike through the air for the score. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now it's a 3-possession game.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go.
Breaks into the open. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. Now on second down. Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Man, that is how you bring the wood. Great job by the defense. He only gets a yard, and he makes him pay for it with a nice physical tackle.
Now on third down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Nelson. Never has to leave the pocket and fires over the middle. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Yeah, salt into a wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll run it from the gun. Breaks the tackle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Looking downfield on first down. They're setting up the screen. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You want to stop the run game? Get the big defensive tackles in the middle, getting penetration. Those big boys eating up blocks, taking away gaps and holes for those running backs to run through.
Using his power and his sweet feet to get into the backfield quickly.
And you know you're athletic when you're described with power and sweet feet. I mean, just put those two things together and you're just pretty amazing.
Scanning the field, it's Isaac. Quarterback moving. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Under fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Turning it on. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Cowboys with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Gives it on the option. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Cowboys really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. He'll pull it on the read. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the 1st down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the 1st down marker is.
And on 4th down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. And they'll take a knee on 4th down, happy with their performance so far, and they'll turn it over in the waning moments. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen more than they do if they're getting away with things in wins. So maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you've also got to flip the switch really quickly, Jesse, and say, okay, what do I need to work on? Because I only got one loss. I'm still very much in the thick of all of my dreams that I want to come true. So I can't take it too hard, but I got to use it.
Yeah, this loss definitely hurts, and I know one of the goals for this team at the start of the year was to go undefeated and win a national championship. You can't go undefeated anymore, but you can still win a national championship. The key is the leadership in the locker room. They've got to turn the page. They've got to get everybody refocused. You can't let this loss now turn into 2 or 3 or more down the road.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.